A German MEP has risked causing outrage among Brexiteers by insisting Britain needs to budge on its strict demands in negotiations with the EU to secure a free trade deal. David McAllister, chairman of the UK Coordination Group in the European Parliament, said it was the UK, not the EU, who would need to show more leniency in talks between David Frost and Michel Barnier. In an interview with German radio station Deutschlandfunk, Mr. McAllister said the British government had placed the bloc under enormous pressure by refusing to extend the Brexit transition period beyond the December 31 deadline. He ruled out an arrangement between the two sides which would see a fishing agreement negotiated separately to a wider post-Brexit trade deal. Mr. McAllister said while he respects Britain's desire to take back control of their waters, he wants them to bear in mind the vast amount of British fish exported to the continent. He said, "We respect that the UK has sovereignty to decide about fishing rights in its territorial waters from January 1 onwards. But there are also tangible British interests that there will be an agreement." On one hand, parts of the British finishing economy are also using the infrastructure of the fish processing industry in France, and on the other hand, and this is the most important aspect, British fish should also be sold on the single market. And we are offering access for British fish produced to the worldwide biggest single market, but on the other hand, in return, we want sensible regulations that there will continue to be mutual access to waters and fish resources in future. He added, "Currently, the result of the negotiations is uncertain. The EU is willing to continue the negotiations until the end. Despite the still significant differences, we want to push the negotiations in the right direction. But in the end, the British side needs to budge." Mr. McAllister's comments came ahead of the European Council summit which kicked off on Wednesday. Mr. McAllister said trade talks would not enter a decisive phase as he sought to dress up the EU's offer to the UK, claiming it was something we have never offered another third state.